Yes, it's Gidon Ariel of Root Source, speaking to you from Jerusalem. Bob and I have been working here for about 2 weeks now, very, very intensively. And it's going back to the States tomorrow, so we got a little bit giddy. And I remembered a story as we were talking about recording the audio version of Israel First, which hopefully we will have out soon. I remembered this story. I had asked my friend Ben, who is who's a radio professional, to help me to record the book. And he came over to my house, and he brought a recorder, a professional recorder, and we recorded a few chapters. But as soon as he left, I forgot to continue recording it. And after a while, he said, "Gidon, I need the recorder back." So I certainly didn't want to spend a half a day traveling to him in order to return the recorder. So I said, when I'll be in Jerusalem, I'll bring it in my bag. And if we'll get together, we'll get together. Well, a few days or so later, I planned to go into Jerusalem, but I did not get a chance to call Ben. But I had the recorder in my bag, and I was driving down Hebron Road in the southern part of Jerusalem in a cab, and I got to a red light, and lo and behold, who was crossing the street but Ben? I told the cab driver, wait a second. I called out Ben. He knew that he was expecting to get that piece of equipment from me. I said, come and get it. And I reached into my bag, took it out, gave it to him, the light turned green, and that was quite an anointed appointment, as we like to say. That reminded me of so many other wonderful experiences that I've had being the junior partner of God. Certainly the most important such appointment was when I decided that I need to do something else, and what I'd like to do is to teach Christians Jewish concepts and ideas and wisdom over the internet. I came up with that idea on a certain Sunday or Monday, and the next day I said I would present it to Christine Darg's Women on the Wall and Men on the Wall group, who come to Jerusalem once or twice a year, and I address them from time to time. And as you all know, I hope, Bob was in the group, and he enjoyed that idea immensely, and the rest, as they say, is history. So it was a very divine time to meet and to get together that you just could not in a million years have planned. Two other stories like that. A project that I had once tried to work on and still hope to work on one day is the Holy Land Bible Bee. That would be a Bible quiz online for Christians. We won't go into it too much now, but it's an idea that I had and kept on thinking to work on, maybe with somebody, but it was fizzling out. But then all of a sudden I got a ride with somebody, and he said, I was living in Ma'ale Adumim at the time, and this gentleman said, oh, my daughter learns in Ma'ale Adumim in the school there, and oh yeah, so does mine. Oh yeah, my daughter knows your daughter. My name is Neria. And I said, oh, you're Neria, the guy from the International Bible Quiz, the one that won the Bible quiz about 20 years ago, and since then has been writing the Bible quiz every year. He said, yeah, that's me. I said, wow, what a coincidence, because I actually want to do a Bible quiz for Christians. He said, that's a great idea, and it's going to work, because even Netanyahu wants to do it. So that was a tremendous, you can only imagine what a coincidence that is. And of course, that lit enough fire under me to return to that project and keep it running for about 2-3 years until it's now pausing, and one day we will get back to it. But that was a tremendously anointed appointment. And another appointment that, that comes to my mind was that I was working on that project, and as with all of my projects, and really the most important project for me, one of my favorite hobbies, is to meet with Christians, meet with with Christian leaders who I establish my the scope of my friendships. So a name that I had come across time after time was David Flusser. David Flusser was a professor at Hebrew University, an Orthodox Jew whose life mission was to research and teach about none other than Jesus. And he, together with other colleagues and students of his, created what I think is called the Jerusalem School of Synoptic Research or something like that. This Orthodox Jew probably knew more about Jesus and the New Testament than 99% of all Christians. That's the way it is. And I said to my assistant, I really would love to meet with this guy. But then I saw that he had passed away. Okay, it happens. So I said, well, I don't know. I wish I could meet with like somebody about him. It would be so interesting. Then I get a call. The phone rings. And the gentleman says, listen, we found out that your kid has ADHD. It's no big deal. I heard the other day on the radio that 1 out of 7 kids in Israel has ADHD. I'm so glad I'm not a school teacher. We found that your kid has ADHD, and so maybe you want to come and avail yourselves to the services of our nonprofit organization. We have these kind of services, you know, this, that, therapies, whatever it is. I said, oh, very interesting. And what's your name? I asked. Yochanan Flusser. So I say, Flusser, Yochanan. I say, you wouldn't happen to be David Flusser's son, would you? He said, as a matter of fact, I am. I said, wow, I'd love to meet you. So we made up the appointment. It was a little hard to talk with my jaw dropped down to my belly button. I turned around to my assistant and you say, you'll never believe who just called me. Unbelievable. This Yochanan Flusser, as he is proud to say, is probably the only Jew in 2,000 years to be named after John of the Gospel of John. An Orthodox Jew named Yochanan, which of course is John's Hebrew name. So I met with him. He's not as into it as much as his father was, but a little bit. But it was just one of those God moments, as they say. And there are so many more of these stories. I'm sure I will try my best to record more when I remember them or when they happen to me. I'm sure that this doesn't just happen to me. So if you want to either write or even record in video and leave a link to a video or figure out how to leave the video in the comments here of your own God story, nothing too heavy. He ain't heavy, he's my father, as I say. So please leave your comments in the comment area below. Thank you.